Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm a hairstylist in Walnut Creek, California at STEM Salon, and I specialize in color and extensions. I wanted to come on here to share how to become a hairstylist. When I was in high school, I kind of knew that I wanted to do hair, but I wasn't really sure. I thought I was going to go to a four-year college, and I just wasn't really sure where the path was leading me and how to go about going to hair school. And I had a friend at the time who was able to mentor me and kind of walk me through the process and just guide me to the path of becoming a hairstylist. And she helped me really figure out what I was supposed to be doing and the process and where to go and how to go about everything. And so I want to share that with you because if you are thinking about being a hairstylist, it is the most amazing career. It is the best industry to be in, and I don't want anybody kind of having those insecurities that I had about like not being 100% sure about the process. So I'm going to share with you, it's basically 4 major steps in becoming a hairstylist, and those steps are going to cosmetology school, passing state board, finding a salon you love, and then building your clientele. So I'm just going to touch on each of those 4 and we'll kind of see where it goes. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment below or just reach out and I will do my best to answer any questions you have. So the first step is to actually go to school. So you have to go to a cosmetology school in order to be licensed. And cosmetology school in California is 1,600 hours. That seems like a lifetime, but I assure you it's not. You get through it. While you're in it, it feels like hell. You just want it to be over. But it actually is like a really good time for you to just learn the basics, just get through it. It's going to be like the hardest work you do because it's 1,600 hours of you paying tuition to be at school, and you're basically working for free because you're taking clients a majority of that 1,600 hours and you're not being paid to do it. You're paying to be there. So 1,600 hours, it's not so bad. If you are full-time, so if you're 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, you can get through a full-time program in about 10 months. And if you're part-time, which is what I did because I was working while I was in school, I was going to school during the day from 9 until 2:30, and then I was going to work at night at a restaurant. And doing that 5 days a week, I was able to get done with it all in 13 months. Tuition kind of just depends on where you go, what kind of a school you go to, but I think I paid like $20,000 for my program, and I made monthly payments while I was in school of $800, and then I did have a small loan when I graduated. So I think my loan when I graduated was like $10,000. So it goes by really, really fast, you guys, and you can do it. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but basically what happens is for your first 250 to 400 hours, you're in a classroom setting, you're learning all the bookwork, you have homework, you have quizzes, you have tests and everything like that. And your instructors will be teaching you the basics of hair cutting, hair coloring, and chemical services on mannequin heads. So that is how you'll be getting a lot of your practice in the beginning, and you'll be dying to get your hands in some hair, or you'll be super nervous like I was. I did not want to take a client whatsoever. I died. I think I called out of school like my first day on the floor when they graduated me from the classroom setting onto the floor. I called out my first day because I was so scared to take a client. So you're not alone. It's going to be really scary, but you're going to get over it. It's going to be fine. So after that initial couple hundred hours, you'll head out onto the floor where you will take clients. And these clients are basically people who are either friends and family being referred into you, or they are just random people who want to come to a beauty school for discounted services. And in exchange for those discounted services, they are aware that they have students working on their hair, because in beauty school, you're not doing the best hair you'll ever do. I'm really sorry. You'll feel really, really proud of it, but don't worry. In 2 or 3 years, you'll look back and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I highlighted her hair like that. So It's kind of scary, but it's so worth it. And the only thing that sucks is you aren't being paid to do it yet. So after that 1,600 hours, what you're going to do is you're either going to pre-apply or you're going to just apply to take your state board licensing exam. And basically what the state board licensing exam does is they are just testing you. You do a practical test and you do a written test. In California, the test is basically you do a haircut, you do a basic color service like a tint retouch, you fake a perm, and you do a blow dry, and I think you do a curling iron, and I think you might do a facial. It's all on mannequins, so it's not real and it feels kind of goofy. But what they are looking for is they just want to make sure that you are clean and sanitary and that you aren't going to basically kill or harm anyone that's in your chair. So it's not to test skill whatsoever. They just want to make sure you are abiding by all of the sanitation and cleanliness laws that the State Board of Cosmetology and Barbering has. And then you take your written, and that's on a computer. And that is basically, they're just testing you on the same stuff. They just want to make sure that you understand how to plug things into a wall correctly, or that you understand, what color does. They're just testing to make sure, if you drop your scissors, what should you do? Should you put your hand out to catch them? Should you back away? Should you put your foot out to stop the fall? They just want to know just goofy stuff like that. But they're basically just making sure that you're safe and that you're sanitary. So after you pass, which most people do pass, you are going to look for a salon that you love. I would recommend searching for a salon that you love while you're still in school, but sometimes we're just so busy in school we're not really thinking about the next step. We're just trying to get through that. So basically you want to look for a few things in a salon, and I can go deeper into this in a different video, but you want to make sure that you're looking for a leader that you really love and admire and you would want to work under for a considerable amount of time. And then you're looking for a salon culture that you really like. So whether that's a big salon, a small salon, a salon with a lot of younger people, a super mixed group, you just want to find an environment that you feel like you're going to mesh with. And then a salon structure that you really like. So what their assistant program looks like, what amenities they have, what their pay structure is like, even whether they're an hourly salon or a commission salon or a rental salon. You want to make sure that something is going to work for you if you go in there. And so those are all really important things to look for. And so once you find a salon that you really, really love, you're going to work there. Most likely you will be assisting for the first 6 months to a year and a half. Generally, I would say is how long assistant programs usually run. Be prepared for your assistant program. Usually you'll be making minimum wage, plus, whatever tips you get. It sounds like it sucks, but it's going to set you up for success. You have to look at the long term. You can't look at the short term. I know you graduated, I know you're licensed, but you have to make sure that, you're keeping your eye on the prize, and the prize is not what you're going to be doing in 6 months. The prize is what you're going to be doing in 5 years. And so if you know that a salon is going to set you up to be this amazing stylist in 5 years, don't pay so much attention to what that short term is going to look like. Really good assistant programs are out there, and you want to make sure that you're working under a stylist that you love. So usually what an assistant program will look like is you start off 5 days or whatever working under a master stylist, someone who's really awesome, someone who's going to be able to educate you and kind of train you, just help you learn the ropes. And after a trial period, you'll get a day on the floor to take your own clients. And then you'll just keep filling your schedule up with days until you are booked solid. And then you just transition into becoming a full-time stylist and no more assisting days. So that is generally what I would recommend people to look for, because it helps you build and it teaches you how to build and how to run social media and everything and how to market yourself. And that way you really get an idea of what it's like to be a business person in all of this, because we're so used to being artists, but we don't always know how to navigate the business side of our industry. And so I would recommend finding a stylist or finding a salon that really helps you learn how to be a business person as well as an awesome artist. But it is really important to just look ahead, look at the long term, see where you want to go, and plan accordingly, instead of just doing something in the short term that feels good but isn't going to set you up for success in the long run. Okay, so those are all the steps. This is all you need to do is go to hair school, pass state board, find a salon you love, and then build your clientele. That is how to become a hairstylist. I was so glad that I had somebody to map this out for me, and I hope that this helps you. I hope that this encourages you and lights the path a little bit for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, drop a comment below, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!